Hello, it's Jenny here from True Lifestyle. Just want to say it's been a long week. I don't know how your guys' week has been, but mine has been a very long week, and I'm very glad that it's Friday. We're rushing up to Christmas, and I think I literally spend the full day at the shops running around, just looking at different things, and I wanted to try out some fluid art today, so that was great fun, but I didn't realize what a mess it would actually be. But yes, it was quite nice to try on something different and get more into my creative side. But yeah, it might give me some ideas as to maybe things I can possibly make for friends. Okay, so for today's reading, we're going to do Who Has a Crush on You? So this just might be someone who's kind of hanging around you when you kind of been asking yourself, I wonder if they like me or not. Maybe there's someone you wanting to get in contact with, but you're not too sure because you're not too sure if they feel the same way. Or, it's just nice to know that someone out there has a crush on you. And, well, I suppose most of us do. We just don't realize who they are. Okay, so hopefully I can give you some kind of a clue as to who they might be. I will try and get a bit of their personality. I will tell you, what their star signs are, what's going on with them at the moment, and hopefully that will give you enough clues for you to get to see who the person will be. All right, so piles 1, 2, and 3. I think you can see it clearly. I'll give you some time just to think about it a little bit, and then I will begin. Okay, start firstly with our first pile. Right, first pile, let's see who we have that has a crush on us. We have Knight of Fire. We have a 5 of Air. And we have a 2 of Fire. Okay, so the person who has a crush on us is most possibly a fire sign, or they're extremely fiery. Their personality has got a lot of fire in it. Fire, again, you've got someone who's very passionate, a very passionate person. They like to take charge of a situation. Someone who, they love adventure. They're a little bit self-assured, possibly a little bit restless. Time is of the essence. They do like to think things through carefully, but they like to also charge into situations. The minute they've made up their mind on something, then that's it. They want to go forward. I find someone who, they're confident. They like to move quickly into situations. Possibly a little bit restless, possibly a little bit impatient. Someone who possibly likes to have their own way in life. This is someone who has recently come out of quite a bad relationship. I have a feeling that this is someone who their previous partner took quite a lot of advantage of them. They possibly dated someone who's a little bit narcissistic, and their feelings were never ever heard. They might have been doing all the work in the relationship, and this person was just, so they were doing all the giving, and this person she was doing all the giving, and the partner was always taking from them. I feel that, because he was so loyal, or she was so loyal, that they kind of stuck around, and, they really wanted the relationship to work, and they tried really hard to make the relationship work, but it was literally a one-sided relationship, okay? And for them, it just got to the point where they were just so tired, because they just became tired of always doing the giving. They're the loyal ones, and this person possibly wasn't so loyal, and that's why that their previous relationship didn't work out so well. Okay, so you've got someone who I think they're spending the time at the moment coming into their own. They're trying to figure out who they are after this relationship. You know, I mean, like I said, they've been fairly hurt, and it's been a little bit disruptive, and you know, they're wanting a new partnership. They want to move forward. You know, they've been knocked down, and it's fine. They're getting up. I think at the moment they're concentrating a little bit on themselves. They're doing a little bit self-improvement. They want to move on to their careers and have their careers done for them, and then there's a possibility of you and them, you know, getting together. If you are interested in getting together with them, then yes, there's definitely a possibility. There's, you know, they have. I think there could be a good future with this person, and there definitely could be some potential for the both of you. Okay, so possible star sign. Sorry, possible star sign as a Cancerian. Okay, and we have your I need, and it's got your home, family, nurturing, responsiveness, safety and protection, and hunger and longing. So again, this is someone who, you know, they hunger and longing for love. They really do want love, and they've got a lot to give, and they know that, you know, their home and their family is so important to them. This is someone who, you know, they will give you everything, but they want it in return. You know, they need to their needs are also to be nurtured. They want you to respond. I mean, if they giving you lots of love and attention, then that's what they want you to respond back. Okay, someone who will definitely be there to protect you, and you'll be safe with this person. Okay. Could also be Leo or have Leo in their chart, and it's got your I will heart, I will pride, I will loyalty. So again, someone who's very loyal, someone who, you know, they will give you their heart. They'll be very proud of having you, and you know, this is someone whose warmth definitely will be enthusiastic and creative self-expression. So they might be, you know, a very creative person, or they're very good with creating their self-expression. Okay, so this is what we have for the first pile. Hopefully one of these things resonate and you can figure out who this person is. And if you do, then yeah, please comment below. It would be very great to see if there's someone out there that fits this kind of personality that's lingering around. Alright, so yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll get on to our next pile. Okay, so for those of you who have chosen our second pile, we have balance, 4 of air, 3 of water. Okay, so we'll get into this first before we get into star signs. Okay, so balance, we obviously have someone who is, you know, possibly very balanced. So there's someone that's around you that fits this kind of personality, someone who likes serenity, they like moderation. They might do things very slowly. You know, they really like to think things through before they get involved in situations. This is definitely someone who they're willing to compromise with people, and they like to cooperate. This is not someone who, I don't see someone who likes to get into fights, or, you know, they're not, I don't sense him as much of a fighter, because I see someone who's very kind and very patient. Okay, timing is important to them, and they just like to have a sense of calm and groundedness. Okay. So, again, not someone who is going to put up much of a fight around people. They don't like people who fight a lot. You know, they don't like harsh energies, or being around people with harsh negative energies. Must be rather, you know, prefer serene surroundings, or, you know, happy people and happy places. They might not, I mean, harsh environments might just freak them out, or rile them up a little bit. Okay. Okay, so then yeah, because this person might have been going through such a tough time. They might have been coming out of, a very stressful year for them, for whatever reasons. You might actually have someone who might have also been coming out of a illness. So if you know of someone who's been extremely ill, then this could be the person. And now they in the process of just trying to take care of themselves. They might be taking some time out at the moment to go on a vacation, and they want to approach you, I think, but they're just needing some time because, like I said, they want the perfect time. They're constantly thinking, well, they might be hanging out with you and thinking, okay, gosh, is this not the perfect time? And, something comes up and something happens and that it scares them, and then they don't want to ask you out. There might be someone who meditates a lot. So if you know someone who does a lot of meditation, then this definitely could be them. But yeah, I think at the moment they might be just trying to recover from the illness, and maybe that's why they're also they're not taking they're not making the move towards you, because they're trying to recover from whatever that they're going through. They just don't feel that it's right to bring you into their drama at the moment. So, be patient with this person and allow them the time that they're needing just to, get into whatever they need to go through. Because, this one says, there's a need to have more fun. Once they come out of their stuff, then yes, the both of you together, there's definitely, this could be quite a fun relationship. You might actually be dealing with an ex. Some people on this pile will have an ex who would like to, have a reunion with you. Maybe they, for whatever reason, maybe it ended because they were just maybe the time wasn't right. Okay, so, if there's someone that you've broken up with, in the last couple of months or in the last year or so, maybe just the time wasn't right, or they didn't feel like the time was right, and that's why they walked away. I don't think there was any major issues there. It wasn't because they weren't interested in you. They're still very interested in you. It was just they've just been dealing with so much, and maybe you weren't a priority in their lives, and maybe they walked away purely out of, or things ended purely because either you didn't feel like they were giving enough, and now they just want to take the time out to deal with whatever they're dealing with, and then they'll come towards you. Okay, so if it was an ex, then yes, they're still very much wanting to be with you. But yeah, this is someone who you can have a lot of fun with, someone who you could see yourself marrying. Okay, so the possible star signs that we have here, bar than possible, maybe an air sign or water sign, are a Scorpio or a Taurus. So these are the two star signs. Okay. If it's not their star sign, they could have Scorpio or Taurus in their charts. Okay. The words we have here is I desire mystery, I desire intensity, magnetism, therapist, investigator, agent of change. So yeah, again, maybe they like to have a little bit of mystery in their lives. The intensity, it's good to do with, they like someone, or maybe they feel like you're quite magnetic, and, the relationship is maybe a little bit intense, and they desire the intensity, but it becomes a little bit stressful for them. So they need to kind of balance it a little bit more. That could be a very good one. And then we've got your I have, and then validation, stability, purpose, endurance, tangible results, and comforts of life. So maybe that could actually be possibly, where the balance comes in. So, they like a little bit of mystery on one hand, but they're also needing some stability, so they need to balance their mystery with their stability. They love the endurance and the magnetism. They want to have results. And at the same time, they love the comforts of life, but they're also an agent of change. So someone who, they might need a lot of validation. So, if you, whatever feelings you have, or if they might just want you to validate that you still care. If they are an ex, maybe they haven't come forward yet either because, they're a little bit worried. Maybe they just want you to validate, or, so if this does sound like your ex, then maybe you just need to give a little bit of a hint or a clue that you do still care about them, and you might then push them to come forward. Okay, this is what I have for the second pile. Once again, if you do have someone in mind, please comment below. It would be very nice to have any kind of confirmation. And don't forget, like and subscribe, and make sure I go on to our third pile. Okay, so for our third pile, we have King of Water. We have a Knight of Air. We have a Three of Earth. And I'll get into the star signs after this. All right. So, with this pile, your secret crush is someone who is very trustworthy. Okay, someone who's compassionate. They're quite respected and cultured. Okay, someone who desires to open their heart and mind. They possibly either get involved in charity work or they enjoy charity work. They're either a counselor or they're just someone who you can quite easily speak. You just find yourself being able to just sit down with them for hours, and they're just such a good listener, and they really do listen to you when you talk to them. And this is obviously someone who also, they're very kind. They will offer you a lot of comfort and kind words. So their energy is just really great, and you just are really, really comfortable with them. Someone who, like I said, charity, possible, volunteers, or they just like to help people less fortunate. I think that they have a lot in their lives, and they like to give a lot. Once again, I'm picking up a very wise old soul. So someone who, they're just very wise for their years. So they're either a lot older, or they come across as being really old because they're just so wise. Like their words of wisdom is just really, really amazing. Again, someone who's cultured, and they're respected. People love them. You'll find that, they often draw a lot of people towards them because of their abilities to relate to different people. You have got, as I said, someone who's possibly accomplished in their life. So they've done really well for themselves. They're very good in their careers. They're possibly, very good at being a manager or owning their own company. And I sense like even their staff love them. They're just really, really emotionally stable people. This is someone who also, they're cultured. They love romance. They're romantic. They are passionate, romantic. They love art and music. Okay, so if that gives you a good enough clue as to who this might be. They could also be, your knight in shining armor. This is someone who, the events would happen with great speed. So that, this is someone that they when they do come after you, it's going to be very quick and very soon. They again, intelligent, very decisive. They know what they want. If you're a man and there's a woman that has a crush on you, she might even ask you out, because I think you might be a little bit surprised. Maybe you viewed them as a friend, or you thought that they viewed you as a friend, and you completely out of the blue, they just boom, just like that, ask you out, and you don't see it coming. And like I say, once again, if you're a man watching this, she could be a woman, and she'll be totally unconventional and ask you out instead. You might wonder whether this will work out, because once again, as I say, you might have considered them a friend, or you thought that they just considered you a friend, or you're not really too sure. On one hand, you're thinking, do I want to date this person? Because I view them as a friend. there's also a possibility here that there also might be two different people. So if because this is also very much a card of making it a choice, making a decision. You might feel, if there are two people, okay, that the Knight, which will probably be the younger of the two, or the more immature of the two, so maybe not younger in years, because like I said, this guy's or person's either older or just very wise, so therefore they come across as an old soul. Whereas this one's more of, how can I put it, maybe more of a younger or more immature person. You know, I'm sensing someone in their 20s and 30s, or maybe they've got a personality of someone in their 20s or 30s. Then you might be wondering whether you should date this person, okay? And if that is the question, because you're choosing between the two, I mean, I'm certainly not going to tell you which one you should choose, but with this person, I just feel there's going to be a lot more compromise that will be needed. This one here, you know, it's, how can I put it? There's more of a, you know, he can help you in your business. He can, you know, if you want to start projects, and you know, he's very intelligent, so he might, you know, he's better at helping you. Not that this guy's not intelligent, because it's got you intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. But there might have to be more compromises for some unknown reason. Okay, so that's just if there are two people out there. We do have a Gemini, so that's quite funny, because maybe this person just has two different personalities. Maybe they have an old wise personality as well as a young childlike personality, and maybe that's why you might be wondering whether you want to date this person. But anyway, or you might have a Virgo and a Gemini. Just putting it out there. Okay, so the words we have here is I think. So with I think, it is, okay, so once again, logical person, duality, curiosity, versatility. So what's to say? Versatile. Changeability and communication, okay? And I analyze, okay? It's quite funny, actually. So I analyze and I think. I definitely feel like there's two personalities here. I might be wrong. So you might, Gemini, well, that's generally the air, and the Virgo is the Virgo is actually an earth. Anyway, I analyze. Okay, so analysis. Oh, I'm going to say that word. Diligent, reliability, purification, a very detailed person, and a troubleshooter. So, for our pile number 3, you might have two mystery people. Sorry, not man, but two mystery people. And if you do, good luck with that one. Okay, please let me know if any of these resonate. It will be very interesting to see if this does resonate. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you next week. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.